On to solving rational inequality. Okay, so medyo mahaba yung definition. So, ang sabi lang dyan, ang rational inequality is an inequality that contains a rational expression where a rational expression is a ratio of two polynomials. Ito yun, p of x over q of x, where p of x and q of x are polynomials and q of x is not equal to 0, or simply the denominator cannot be equal to 0. Okay? So, ang sabi pa dito, the general form of a rational inequality has a rational expression on the left-hand side and 0 on the right-hand side. Don't worry, lahat yan ay gagawin natin. Yung mga general form na yan. And explain din natin bakit nga ba bawal mag-0 yung denominator. So, before we start, let's have some properties of inequality. So, we have 6 is greater than 4. This is true statement. Now, kapag binago natin yung sign yan, or nag-multiply tayo ng negative both side, so, magiging negative 6, saka negative 4. Nag-multiply tayo ng negative both side. Now, dapat yung inequality, tingnan nyo mabuti, hindi na siya true. Kasi ang negative 6 is not greater than negative 4. So, mas mataas na ngayon yung negative 4. So, ang tendency, pag nag-change tayo ng sign, dapat yung ating inequality symbol, mag-flip din. Like this. Ito ay true na. So, negative 6 is less than negative 4. Okay, so ang tawag doon is change of sense. So, apply natin. For example, negative 2x is greater than or equal to negative 10. Now, divide natin both side by negative 2. So, ang tendency, mababago yung sign nitong left-hand side. Yung may kasamang variable x. Kasi from negative to, magiging positive. So, ang tendency, dapat yung ating inequality symbol, mag-flip din. So, magiging x na lang is less than or equal to positive 5. And that's the answer. Okay, so tandaang mabuti yung property na yan. Now, here's the steps for solving rational inequalities. So, step 1. Put the inequality in general form. So, ano ba yung general form? Yung nasa kabila ay 0 lang at yung nasa kabila ay fraction. Okay? Step 2. Don't worry, gagawin natin yan. Number 2. Set the numerator and denominator equal to 0 and solve. Pag nakuha natin yung values nun, yung values ng variable, yung values ng x, ang tawag doon is the critical values. So, pwede siyang maging isa lang, pwedeng maging dalawa, pwedeng maging tatlo. So, depende dun sa ating inequality. Okay? So, the critical values of a function are where the function is undefined or equal to 0. So, yun yung kailangan natin. So, when the numerator is 0, the function is 0. So, when the denominator is 0, the function is undefined. So, explain natin to bakit nga ba siya undefined. Okay? So, step 3. Plot the critical values on the number line, breaking the number line into intervals. Number 4. Take a test number from each interval and plug it into the original inequality. So, dito, ang tawag natin na gagawin dito is the sign analysis test. So, ang goal lang natin dito, mahanap kung ano yung sign ng magiging sagot. Okay? So, hindi natin kailangan kung ano ba yung answer dun sa question na yan. So, mamaya, papakita natin itong number 4. And the last one is to determine if the endpoints of the interval in the solution should be included or not. Kung ito ba ay shaded or unshaded. Okay, so before we finally move on to solving, let's talk about problem with 0. So, bakit nga pa bawal mag-0 yung denominator? Doon muna tayo sa first example. 20 divided by 4 is 5, and that's correct. Tanong, paano natin siya i-prove na tama ito? Okay? So, simple lang. Pinakamadaling paraan is to cross-multiply. So, yung 5, meron niyang over 1. Okay? So, any number lahat siya may over 1. So, cross-multiply natin. So, magiging 20 times 1, and then 4 times 5, or 5 times 4. Now, 20 times 1 is 20, and 5 times 4 is 20. Meaning, since nag-equal sila, so 20 divided by 4, ang sagot nga is 5. Okay? Now, paano kung 0 over 2? Ano kaya ang sagot dyan? 2 ba or 0? So, let's see if the answer is 2. So, again, cross multiply natin. Merong over 1 yan. So, we have 0 times 1 and 2 times 2. So, 0 times 1 is 0, and then 2 times 2 is 4. So, 0 is not equal to 4. So, meaning, hindi 2 ang sagot. Okay? So, hindi tama yung 2. So, baka 0. Let us check. So, yung 0 may over 1 yan. Cross multiply natin. 0 times 1 is equal to 0 times 2. So, this is 0 is equal to 0, meaning they are equal. So, ang sagot sa 0 over 2 or 0 over any number is equals to 0. Okay? So, 0 over 10, 0 over square root of 15. So, basta 0 yung numerator, ang sagot dyan ay 0. Okay? Next. Paano kapag 2 over 0? Ito na. Paano pag 0 yung denominator? Ano kaya sagot dyan? 2 or 0? Let's see. Paano kung 2? Baka 2 yung sagot. Check natin. So, ito ay 2 may over 1. May over 1 dyan. So, cross multiply natin. So, we have 2 times 1 is equals to 2 times 0. And this is equals to 2 and this is equals to 0. So, 2 is not equal to 0. So, hindi 2 ang sagot. Okay? Baka naman kasi 0. So, check natin. Bali, cross multiply ulit. Cross multiply lang natin. So, 2 times 1 is 2. And then, 0 times 0 is 0. Again, 2 is not equal to 0, meaning hindi 0 ang sagot. Eh, ano yung sagot? Baka 1. Okay, so 2 over 0, baka yan 1. So, try natin. Cross multiply natin. So, 1 over 1 yan. 2 times 1 is 2. And 1 times 0 is 0. Again, 2 is not equal to 0. So, ano yung sagot? So, hindi natin malaman, ano ba yung sagot dyan? Eh, wala naman ng ibang number na maging posibleng sagot. So, kung hindi natin malaman kung ano yung sagot, hindi natin siya ma-define kung ano yung value niya, kaya ang sagot natin dyan is undefined. Kasi wala siyang value. Okay? So, ang sagot dyan is undefined. Hindi natin malaman, hindi natin ma-define ano ba tong number na to. So, walang sagot dyan. Okay, next tayo. Paano kapag 0 over 0? Ano ngayon ang sagot dyan? 1 ba or 0? Kasi magkamuka, so 1. Kasi pag magkamuka, 5 divided by 5 is 1. Eh 0 yan, 0 divided by 0. Baka 1 or 0. Check natin. Baka 1 ang sagot. Double check natin. Ito ay may over 1. Cross multiply natin. So we have 0 times 1 equals to 1 times 0. 0 is equals to 0, meaning 1 yung sagot. 1 pala yung sagot dito. Pero hindi eh. Ang sagot dyan 0. Check natin. So, cross multiply. So, ito ay may over 1. So, 0 times 1 equals to 0 times 0. So, 0 is equals to 0. Oh, 0 pala yung sagot. Pero hindi eh. Ang sagot ay square root of 69. Okay, kung gusto nyo, papatunayan ko na yun yung sagot. Double check natin. So, 0 times 1. So, ito ay may over 1 equals to square root of 69 times 0. 0 is equals to 0. So, meaning square root of 69 ang tamang sagot dyan. Pero hindi eh. Baka naman 10. Pag tiniray yun, 10, tama rin yun. Pag tiniray mo ang 15, tama rin. Pag tiniray mo ang 2.39, tama pa rin yun. So, ano yung tamang sagot? Hindi natin ngayon alam ano ngayon yung tamang sagot. Kanina, hindi natin alam yung value niya. Hindi natin ma-define. Ngayon naman, napakadami niyang sagot. Napakadaming posibleng sagot. Ang tanong, alin doon yung tama? So, hindi natin ma-define. Hindi natin ma-determine alin doon yung tama. Kaya, ang sagot kapag 0 over 0 is indeterminate. Kasi hindi natin ma-determine alin ba dyan yung tamang sagot kasi napakaraming tamang sagot. Okay? So, 0 over 0 is indeterminate. Kapag 2 over 0, pag 0 yung denominator is undefined. Pag 0 yung nasa numerator, the answer is 0. So, let's move on to solving rational inequality. So, let's have an example. Determine the solution of the following rational inequalities. Number 1, 4 over x plus 2 is greater than 2. And number 2 is x plus 6 all over x squared plus 6x plus 8 is greater than or equal to 0. Number 1. So, gawin natin yung step. Step 1. Put the inequality in general form, meaning 0 yung nasa kabilang side and fraction yung nasa other side. So, gawin natin siya. So, yung 2 lipat sa kabila. Kaya nga ito yung method na ginamit ko nung pag-compute ng rational equation. Kasi ga-apply natin dito. So, mapapansin, kailangan daw 0 yung nandun sa left-hand side. Okay, so lipat natin yung 2. So, magiging minus 2. Next, kailangan same denominator. So, kailangan same denominator. So, ito ay over 1. So, multiply ko siya sa x plus 2. Parehas. So, x plus 2 para cancel lang. So, wala lang tayong multiply. 1 lang yan. Next. So, anong gagawin natin dun? So, solve natin yung numerator. Subtract lang natin. Pero, retain muna yung denominator. Kasi hindi man naman tayo nag-compute. Okay? So, bali, subtract yung numerator and then copy the denominator. We have 4 minus 2 times x plus 2 all over x plus 2. Next, simplify natin. So, yung inequality symbol, ganun pa rin, di pa rin yung nagbabago. Next, distribute natin. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times positive 2 is negative 4. Now, combine similar terms na lang. 4 minus 4 is 0. So, ang matitira na lang is negative 2 over x plus 2 is greater than 0. And done na tayo sa step number 1. Now, let's move on to step number 2. Set the numerator and the denominator equal to 0 and solve. So, kukunin natin dito yung critical values. So, yung numerator. Kunin natin yung numerator, negative 2x equals to 0. And the denominator, x plus 2 is equals to 0. Then, solve natin yung variable x. Divide both side by negative 2, x is equals to 0. Lipat yun to sa kabila, so x equals to negative 2. So, we're done in step 2. Let's have step number 3. So, plot the critical values on the number line, breaking the number line into intervals. So, dalawa yung nakuha natin. So, meron tayong 0 and negative 2. So, gawa tayo ng number line. Ito yung step number 3. So, we have 2 points. Now, ano ngayon yung mauuna? So, unahin natin yung may pinakamaliit na value. So, dito, mauuna yung negative 2 bago si 0. Kasi siya ay mas maliit kumpara kay 0. Okay? Next. So, mahati ngayon yung ating number line into how many intervals? Meron tayong 1, 2, 3 intervals. Okay? So, we're done in step 3. Yun lang naman yan. So, punta na tayo sa step number 4. Take a test number from each interval and plug it into original inequality. So, meron tayo dito, 1, 2, 3. So, 3 yung ating interval. So, 3 test number yung kailangan natin. So, una, hanap tayo ng mas mababa kay negative 4. Negative 2. Anong number yung mas mababa sa kanya? So, pinakamadali, yung kadikit niya lang. So, we use negative 3. So, nasa pagitan ni negative 2 saka 0. Anong number ba yun? Pwede mo mag-decimal dito, no? Pero, syempre, kukunin natin yung eksakto para mas madali. So, we have negative 1. Mas mataas kay 0. So, dun tayo kay positive 1. Okay? Next. Plug in natin dun sa ating inequality. Sabi dun sa original. Pero since minodify na natin yung original, ang gagamitin na natin yung ating modified form. Okay? Yung standard form niya. Now, lahat ng x, ipapalitan natin nung ating test number. So, 2 times yung test number natin na negative 3 and then negative 3 plus 2. So, kada nagpapalit tayo, sabi ko nga, maglalagay tayo ng parentheses. Kada magsasubstitute tayo. Okay? Importante yan. Next, ang kailangan lang natin dito is yung sign ng number. Gaya yung sinabi ko dun sa nung una. So, sign lang yung kailangan natin. So, yung taas, negative 2 times negative 3. So, madali lang to. Ito ay positive yung numerator. Yung denominator, negative 3 plus 2, negative. So, positive over negative. Palit muna na natin lahat pala. Next, ito ay positive over negative. So, ang positive over negative, pag dinivide natin, the answer is a negative number. Yun lang yung goal natin dyan. Yung second one, negative 2 times negative 1. Ito ay positive yung top. Negative 1 plus 2, ito ay positive din. So, positive over positive. So, So, pag dinivide natin, the answer is a positive number. Next, negative times 1. So, ito ay negative yung top. 1 plus 2 ay positive. So, negative over positive. So, negative over positive, this is negative. Okay, now, we have step number 5. Determine the endpoints of the interval in the solution kung ito ba included or not. Check natin. Yung negative 2 ba, is it included or not? Ito ba ay shaded or unshaded? So, tingnan nyo mabuti yung negative 2. Saan ba siya magpapa-0? Sa denominator. So, pwede ba mag-0 denominator? Siyempre, hindi. So, ito na yung clue ko sa inyo. Kapag yung critical values ay natagpuan natin sa denominator, palagi siyang unshaded. Tandaan, pag nasa denominator, palagi siyang unshaded. Okay? So, yung negative 2 is unshaded. How about yung 0? Yung 0 ay sa numerator. Okay lang mag-0 numerator kasi may value siya. 0 nga yung sagot doon. Yun nga lang, hindi siya equal sign dito. So, greater than 0 dapat. So, ang kailangan natin dito ay greater than 0. Ang 0 is not greater than 0. So, inaano lang natin siya, ini-include lang natin siya once na meron siyang equal sign. O, yun na yung clue. Kapag may equal sign yan, or less than or equal, or greater than or equal, ika-count natin yung critical points or critical values sa numerator. So, since wala, not counted yan. Next, ano yung kailangan natin? Itong part na to is greater than 0. So, ibig sabihin, kung greater than 0, kailangan puro positive lang. Ito na ngayon yung, dito na ngayon pumapasok yung ating sign analysis test. So, since kailangan natin ay puro positive lang, ito na kailangan natin. Yung part na may positive. Yung interval kung saan positive yung mga values na makukuha natin. Ito yung gitna. So, meaning yung ating solution ay ito lang, gitna. So, in short, our solution to the inequality is negative 2, not counted, up to 0, also not counted. And we're done. Okay, sabihin nyo sa akin, sir, medyo mahaba. So, medyo mahaba kasi step by step natin na ginawa. So, yung number 2, gagawin natin siya sa isang slide lang para mapakita natin na hindi siya ganun ka haba. Okay? So, pag sunod-sunod nyo siya ginawa. So, number 2, x plus 6 is greater than or equal to, x plus 6 over x squared plus 6x plus 8 is greater than or equal to 0. So, solution number 1, naka-equate na sa 0. So, tapos na yan. Done. Step 2, yung numerator equate sa 0, yung denominator equate sa 0, then solve for x. X plus 6 equals to 0, and then x squared plus 6x plus 8 is equals to 0. Solve natin yung critical values. So, eto, lipat yung 6 sa kabila. So, madali yan. X equals to negative 6. Next, quadratic to. So, pwede i-factor. Kaya nga tayo may factoring na pinagdaanan sa general mathematics. So, factor natin. We have x plus 2, and then x plus 4 equals to 0. Now, a-apply natin yung 0 property. Since pinag-multiply natin, the answer is 0, meaning one of them must be equals to 0. So, pwedeng yung x plus 2 equal to 0, or yung x plus 4 is equals to 0. Okay? Now, solve natin yung both values of x. Lipat to sa kabila, yung 2, magiging x equals to negative 2. Lipat yung 4 sa kabila, magiging negative 4. So, meron tayong isa, dalawa, tatlong critical values. So, we have negative 6, yung pinakamababa, negative 4, and negative 2. So, pataas tayo. Para naka-ready na siya sa number line. So, step 3. Gawa tayo ng number line. I-ready natin yung mga critical values. So, meron tayong tatlo. Negative 6, negative 4, and negative 2. Next, so ilang part ng Cartesian plane yung ating magagamit? Or ilang interval? Meron tayong isa, dalawa, tatlo, and 4 na interval. So, 4 na test values din yung kailangan natin. Okay, step 4. Kuha tayo ng mga test value. So, nasa mababa ng negative 6 or numbers na mababa sa negative 6, pili lang tayo ng isa. So, negative 7 ang piliin natin. Sa pagitan ng negative 6 saka negative 4, negative 5 para eksakto. Pwede naman mag-decimal, don't worry. Pwede kayong pumili ng negative 5.5. Okay? Same lang din naman yung sagot nun. Paras lang din ang sign yan. So, pagitan ng negative 4 saka negative 2, negative 3, and mababa or mataas kay negative 2, pipiliin natin ay 0. So, sabihin nyo sa akin, sir, ba't hindi pwede negative 1? Pwede naman. Pero kasi mas madaling isubstitute yung 0. Kasi tanggal na agad siya. Okay? Now, substitute natin yung test value dun sa ating inequality, sa standard form. Okay? So, ang kailangan lang natin, again, is the sign. So, yung numerator is negative. Yung denominator, negative 7 squared is 49. 6 times negative 7 is negative 42. Mas malaki itong 49. So, ito ay negative over positive. Okay? So, negative over positive, ito ay negative number. So, meaning lahat ng numbers dyan, ng mababa sa negative 6, ay negative ang magiging sagot. Pwede nyo i-check yan. Okay? So, next, negative 5, palit natin dun sa ating general standard form. So, lahat ng x magiging negative 5 and nasa parenthesis dapat. So, yung top is positive. Yung denominator, this is 25. This is 8. So, 25 plus 8 ay 33. Mas mataas sa negative 30. So, ito ay positive over positive or positive number. Next, negative 3. Palit natin sa standard form. Lahat ng x magiging negative 3. So, yung top is positive. Yung denominator ay 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Ito ay 9 plus 8 is 17. So, mas mataas yung negative. So, ito ay positive over negative. Positive over negative, ito ay negative number. Next. Last. Yung 0. So, tingnan natin mabuti. Napakadali. Ang matitira na lang dito yung 6 saka yung 8. So, positive over positive or simply positive number. Okay? So, next, step number 5. I-check natin kung yung mga intervals, yung mga critical points ba natin ay counted or not. Simula sa negative 6. Saan papasiro yung negative 6? Ito ay sa numerator. Oops, may equal sign. So, kasabi ko lang kanina sa first example, pag may equal sign, counted na yung nasa numerator. Okay? Kapag walang equal sign dyan, or greater than or equal, or less than or equal, counted. Kapag wala, greater than, less than, hindi yan counted. Yung numerator. Okay? So, negative 6, yan ay counted. Now, how about negative 4 saka negative 2? Magpapasiro sila sa denominator. Pwede bang mag-zero yung denominator? And the answer is no. So, hindi siya pwede, undefined siya doon. So, meaning, yung mga values na yan, mga critical points na yan, yan ay not counted parehas. So, tandaan, lahat ng magpapasiro sa denominator, not counted yan parehas. Okay? Now, so ano nga yung mga sagot natin? Kailangan greater than or equal to 0. Ibig sabihin, lahat lang ng positive number. So, tingnan natin ngayon yung sign analysis test natin. Alam ba yung mga nag-positive? Etong part na to, positive yan. So, solution yan lahat. And, etong part na to. So, yung pang huling interval. So, ano yung magiging sagot natin? So, yung negative 6 counted, negative 4 is not counted, union, kasi dalawang part yan, union, negative 2 is not counted, up to positive infinity. So, therefore, the solution to the inequality is negative 6 counted, up to negative 4 not counted, union, negative 2 not counted, up to positive infinity. And we're done.